Yo, what's good guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking through the Gameweek 15 Premier League matches. We got some pretty good matches in here, so let's not waste any more time. Let's get started with the video now. The camera is not looking too good, so possibly I will be looking into getting a new camera very soon. So let's move into the first game, Everton versus Liverpool. I think we know who is winning this match, so let's get started with Everton. They have been doing not the best recently. The recent form has been not too good. Loads of draws in the past few games. Faced Man United, and I mean they got slapped 4-0. The most I've seen them concede for a while. Let's see what Dyche can cook up this game. Onto Liverpool, they are looking absolutely electric so far, standing at the top of the Premier League and also the Champions League table, which is crazy. They've been playing some very good football. Recent form has been very good, as we all know. Played Man City, which was a huge test despite Man City's form, but I mean they managed to beat City 2-0 and Madrid 2-0 back-to-back games as well. That is crazy. Salah is looking like the best Premier League player in the league right now, and Van Dijk is one of the best center backs in the world right now, if not the best. And my prediction is going to be a 4-0 win for Liverpool. Moving on to Brentford versus Newcastle. This game is going to be, I think, a lot tighter than we think. So let's get started with Brentford. They're looking quite good this season. Their form recently has been quite good. They played Leicester and won 4-1. Kevin Schad was on some smoke and he got some goals as well. He actually got a hat-trick. And Brentford are looking a lot better this season for sure. At home, I believe they're actually undefeated, 6 wins and 1 draw, which is absolutely insane. Onto Newcastle, they're looking not too bad this season. Recently, their form has been not good. They have been struggling. They lost 2-0 to West Ham and drew 1-1 to Palace. So obviously, we know Isak is a incredible striker. Hopefully, he does make the move to Arsenal. We really need a striker, but we will see. I think they could turn it around this match though. Barnes has been pretty impressive this season as well. Now my prediction is going to be a 2-2 draw. Moving on to Aston Villa versus Southampton. This game should be very interesting. So let's get started with Aston Villa. They're looking not that good. Recently their form has been not good as well. I believe they have lost their past 8 matches in all competitions. They played Chelsea and well, they got slapped 3-0. Surely Unai Emery figures something out and fixes it with this team, because it is not looking good. Onto Southampton, they have been struggling hard this season. It has been quite tough for them, but they played Brighton in their last game and they got a 1-1 draw. And this team genuinely can't lose. Their manager might get sacked soon if they manage to lose maybe 1 or 2 games, but I expected them to do quite decent coming into the Premier League, but they have not done too good. So let's see how they treat this match, but I think Aston Villa will win this game 2-1. Now we move on to Crystal Palace versus Manchester City. This is going to be such a interesting game, so let's get started with Crystal Palace. They've been not too good this season, very close to the relegation zone, sat in 17th at the moment I'm recording this, and recently they have been getting some decent draws. Drew 2-2 versus Aston Villa and 1-1 against Newcastle. Now we have not seen any player really stand out in this Crystal Palace team. I thought it would be Eze, but it's not been too good this season. On to Man City. They have been not too good this season. They have surprisingly dropped points. It really has been a rough time for Man City and the fans, because Man City have now gone 7 games without a win. That is actually crazy. We have not seen this happen for a long time with Man City. Now Haaland actually got locked up by Van Dijk when Liverpool beat them 2-0. So Haaland struggling a bit for goals as well. So my prediction is going to be a 1-1 draw. Now we move on to Man United versus Nottingham Forest. This game is going to be such a good one, so let's get started with Man United. They have not been too bad this season. Their form has gone on a upwards trajectory. Van Nistelrooy, he's done very well as the interim manager. I believe he went undefeated as the interim manager, which is great for Manchester United. But now Ruben Amorim has come in and he's already started very well. They won 4-0 against Everton, which is great. Rashford and Xerxes both getting a brace, and Amad Diallo is looking very, very good on the right side. Now on to Nottingham Forest. They're doing quite well this season. Their form has been not too bad recently. They have lost 3-0 to Arsenal and 3-1 to Newcastle. But in the most recent game, they won 1-0 versus Ipswich. Now Chris Wood scored, and I believe he became the club's top scorer of all time. Now my prediction is going to be a 2-1 win for Manchester United. Now we have Fulham versus Arsenal. This game should be good, so let's get started with Fulham. They have been not too bad this season. Recently their form has not been the best. They played Spurs recently and drew 1-1. Kearney scoring their goal, then he got sent off later into the game around the 83rd minute, and he scored around the 67th. So Iwobi, Smith Rowe and Nelson will face their former club. So I think it's going to be a struggle for Fulham in my opinion. And on to Arsenal. They're looking not too bad this season. At the moment they are sat second, joint with Chelsea. Arsenal's form has been quite good recently. They actually played West Ham in their past game when I'm recording this, and well, they won that game 5-2. All the goals came in the first half, which is mad. And Saka and Odegaard are so good at creating the chances for all the other players. These two are the two key players in our team. Now my prediction is going to be a 3-1 win for Arsenal. Now we move on to Leicester versus Brighton. This game could be a lot tighter than we think, so let's get started with Leicester. They have not been in good form this season. They played Brentford and they held 4 goals. The defense just seems to be struggling this year, conceding 27 goals. That is the second most in the league right now, and Ruud van Nistelrooy has been appointed as the new coach, so I believe he will manage to turn this club around and the form around. So on to Brighton. They have been quite good this season once again, at the moment sitting 4th in the table when I am recording this. I'm very impressed from them, but somehow they came out of the Southampton game with a draw, and Mitoma is back and he's doing what he does best, scoring goals and just beating players on the wing, and this team definitely we need to keep an eye out for. Now my prediction is going to be a 3-0 win for Brighton. Now we move on to Ipswich versus Bournemouth. I'm expecting this game to be tight as well, so let's get started with Ipswich. They have been doing not too good this season. Recently their form has dropped, losing to Forest in their last game, and Delap for sure is one of the standouts, as well as Omari Hutchinson, who is great technically, and I do think they play decent. It's just the results is where they struggle a bit. On to Bournemouth. They have been quite decent this season. Recently their form has been alright. In their most recent game they played Wolves, and that game ended 4-2 to Bournemouth, and Kluivert getting a hat-trick of penalties, which is absolutely insane. And my prediction is going to be a 2-1 win for Bournemouth. And now moving into probably the biggest game of this week, Tottenham versus Chelsea. Now let's get started with Spurs. They have not been too bad this season. I just think their form has been quite inconsistent. Like, we saw them from beating City 4-0 to getting a 1-1 draw against Fulham. Maddison has been a very key player for them, getting goals creatively as well, getting assists. Kulusevski has been very good as well since the start of the season. His passes in behind are very key from that right wing. And onto Chelsea, they have been quite good this season, playing some nice football, but Maresca did say they are not ready to be in the title race, even though they are joint second with Arsenal. As I said before, Jackson is really putting up goals. He has improved finishing wise. At the moment he has 13 games played, 8 goals and 3 assists. Now that is actually very good, so fair play to him. Now results wise, I think Chelsea's gonna win this game 2-1. 2-1. Now the last and final game we have is West Ham versus Wolves. Now two teams in not good form will face each other here, so let's get started with West Ham. They have been a bit underwhelming this year. They brought in all these signings, but they had us deceived thinking they were gonna cook, but I mean they have not done that at all. They played Arsenal last game and well, they got slapped 5-2. All goals came in the first half. Emerson did score a very nice free kick, I gotta admit, and Lopetegui is on the ropes right now because it's getting very close to him getting sacked, in my opinion. Give him like 2 or 3 more games. If he loses those, I believe he will probably get sacked. On to Wolves. They have been struggling quite a bit this season, currently sat in the relegation zone, and they won 4-1 against Fulham. Next game they lost 4-2, and man, their defense is leaking goals like crazy. 32 goals conceded so far, and we're only at the start of the season, or almost at the middle of the season, so this is the most goals conceded by any team this season. Now Cunha has been the player who has stood out for me. Great ball carrier, and just he's been getting goals for them as well whenever he does. So my prediction is gonna be a 1-1 draw between the two. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy the video. Don't forget to drop a like, comment down below all your predictions. As always, I will make sure to check them out. Don't forget to subscribe as well, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.